Well, hello there, Skywinders. Welcome back to another episode of Skywind007. On today's episode, I'm going to show you this right here. This is the DeWalt 192-piece tool set, which I paid with my own money. So I did not get this for free. And overall, I think it's a good tool set. I've already been using it already in my car. It has a 3/8 drive, half drive, 1/4 drive, a metric and SAE. So all the things you would expect from any toolbox, especially this one with 192 pieces, you get a lot. But the main thing I want to point out about this tool set is the weight. It is crazy heavy. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is it right here. I placed this bill right here just to give you a little bit of reference of how big this is. So it's definitely oversized. Let me move that out of the way. Here is a normal tool set, so look how big this is. And so you definitely have a lot. So you have both metric and SAE. So metric is for everywhere in the world except the United States, and SAE is for the United States. And as you can see, we have a lot. I usually just use the metric ones. So I don't understand too much about this fraction, the SAE, so I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to talk about the metrics. So the metrics start right here at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And same thing over here, these are just I think these are the 3/8 drive, and I think this is the 1/4, and it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So they both end in 14. They carry on over here, and they start over here at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and they don't have a 20. Then they skip to 21. There's no 22 or 23, and then there's a 24. And I've checked a lot, very many tools out there, and none of them have 20. So don't worry about that. So, and then there's down here, it starts with 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Of course, there's no 20. And then there's 21 and 22. And then if you go here to the big size, the super long ones, which I almost never use, it starts on 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's no 20, 21, and 22. As far as the extensions, and then we have all the fractions, the SAE, which I never use. But as far as the extensions, you have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 of them are 1/4 drive, and 3 of them are 3/8 drive, and this last one, this big one, is 1/2 drive. And then you got the 2 adapters, and this is an extension, I would call it. Yeah, this is a half drive extension. And then the ratchet handles, you have a half drive, 3/8, and 1/4. And then you have these Allen wrenches, which I never use, but you might use them. And then you got these twisties. Of course, it's half drive, 3/8, and 1/4. And there's a dog hair here. And then you got these spark plugs. This is the 3/18. I believe this is standard. And you know it's a spark plug cup because there's a rubber in there. And the idea is that when you unscrew the spark plug, it'll get stuck in that rubber, and you pull out the spark plug with it. Because the spark plug on the top, it won't have any threading. It just has a hex. And then you got the other spark plug, the 3/4. And your last one is the 5/8. And over here you have these right here, which I never use, but they're the same as Allen wrenches, but you can use them with the tools. For example, this is a 3/8. And then you got all the different types. And I believe they're all 3/8. Could be wrong. This is 3/8. So it's a very complete set, and I didn't mention this one. This is just an extension for the half drive. And I did mention this one already, the mini extension for the half drive as well. So even though it does not have the 4-inch, I wish it would have a 4-inch extension for the 3/8 drive. So it's not perfect, because if you buy this, I would recommend you getting a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension, and preferably a 1-inch or 1 or 2-inch well, we got a one or either a 1-inch or a 2-inch 3/8 drive extension, because this, it looks like a 2-inch, but it's actually a 3-inch. So sometimes this is too long. And if you ever worked in a car, you know what I'm talking about. So all of that works. As far as the teeth right here, so remember, this is a 72 tooth ratchet. So if you have a cheap tool, the odds are it's a 42 tooth ratchet, which is terrible, because sometimes you're in a very tight place and you won't even hear it clicking once. For this one, I already tested it on a Nissan Sentra, and it works very well. Especially having this little one, because the older tools that I had only had a 3/8 and half drive. This is very helpful. That way you don't have to be using those adapters. Especially when you got a little bit of space. When you use an adapter, that usually uses up too much space. The one bad thing about it, aside from the weight, is that these ratchets are not, you can't put a tube in there, a pole in there. It's not like my older tool set. Let me go get it. Here's my older ratchet handle, and you can easily put in a pipe, like a metal pipe or a pole. So you can extend this, you can extend the handle and twist it when there's a lot of, when you have a very tight screw and you just don't have the strength. You can just stick this into a pipe and you can do that. But with these very thick handles, unless you have a very large pipe, it's not going to go in. But so far, this has been working very good. So that's the only downside about it. Now, another thing you might want to know about these is that these are the locking type. So when you, let's use this right here. So when you try to put it in there, it won't go in there unless you press that. And now it's in there. So this changes the direction, and it will not fall out. It's not like my older one. Those have no locking mechanism on it, so you risk falling, letting this fall out. So if this falls out, it'll go into your engine and maybe get lost. Maybe you can pull it out with a magnet, or maybe not, or maybe it'll be lost in there somewhere. And I've seen this happen. So that's the good thing about having this locked like that. It's not going to fall off unless you press here, and it comes off very easily. So this is not coming off. So that's very good. I really like this system. So overall, everything's great, but the very big issue I have with this is the weight. On the website, it says 38 pounds. I get the impression that this is even heavier than that, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so I don't see anybody, that works with this carrying 40 pounds up and down stairs. I just cannot imagine. If you're gonna get this tool set, that is the one big thing I want to warn you about: the weight. It is crazy heavy. So I came up with a solution. Usually when you work on a car, the odds are you're only gonna need a small wrench. You're not gonna use every little thing that you see here. Even the most complicated car doesn't use every little thing that you see here. And of course, if you have like a Japanese car, like a Nissan, you only need the metrics. You don't need all these other SAEs. So what I've been doing is I bought this right here, and I put all the metrics from 4 to 24. Of course, we don't have 23 and 20, and it makes it perfect. And it's very visible. I wrote in there. Let me open it up. As you can see, or you can't really see it, but I did write in there all the numbers. Those are in millimeters. and it works perfectly. So that's a solution there. I just want you to know that if you buy this, please be aware that it is huge and it is crazy heavy. In any case, I don't want to rate this. I don't want to give it any stars because it really depends on your situation. But the tools are very good. They fit perfectly and they work great. So you can reach basically anything with these handles. With these extensions, you can reach anything, and anything that you can't reach, when you can't put an extension, you can just go for the longer ones and you'll be able to reach them. So I found that these are very good. So thank you for watching, subscribe, and thumbs up.